Today I'm going to go over a barbell bench press. Again, seen it a million times. What I'm going to do is show you positionally how to get in an optimal position right? Because if we're doing the barbell bench press, hopefully our goal is to fatigue and stress out the pec. Okay? To do that, we need to put the muscle skeletal system in the right position. Okay? We're not talking about world-class powerlifting. We're not talking about the finite nature. What I'm showing you is how to challenge this position, this muscle, from the best position. If we're, I'll do a future video on some of the other finite possibilities of the bench press when we're talking competitive. Okay, but in terms of growth and mobility and longevity, this is the position. Okay. Feet will be flat on the ground unless you have a really short tib fib. Okay? Feet are down on the ground, heels driving into the ground. I'm going to take a bar position. I kind of like, what I'll do is I'll just lay down on the bench press. I'll stick my arms up and I'll just put them onto the bar. That's roughly kind of a starting point for me. Again, because I want to, because my hands are be anchored and I won't have the freedom of movement like I do with the dumbbell, right? They're stationary. I've got what I got. Okay, so if I'm too narrow, I've placed my hands inside, I've changed this position because I have to rotate my humerus. If I'm really, really wide, you'll end up being in a shrub to hold that position. Okay, so if you notice on most bars, there's rings. Those are called comp rings or competition rings, and that's what we're using to measure and change grip. And so what all I'm doing is I'm going to lay back, I'm going to maintain a good neutral rib position. My ribs won't be up. Okay, when I grasp the bar, basically what I have to do is make sure I can descend that bar to, again, sternum. At the base of my sternum is a little flexible piece of cartilage. Okay, I'm trying to take it somewhere in this area right here, because what's really, really important is that as I move this bar, if I'm touching the bar in the same place every single time, I know that I've got economy of movement in the other joints. Right? I'm not have to think so intently about where's my joints, what am I doing. If each rep that I do, the bar touches the same place each time. Now, of course, I can fiddle with it and fake it, but when we're lifting weights and we're stressed out and we're moving around, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to cheat the game. All I want to know is like, okay, how can I know if I'm in the right place? Touch, 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 the same place. In the same way that if I'm going to draw my pistol, I want my pistol in the same place every time I go to draw. I don't have to constantly wonder where my belt and my magazines are. Same way with the bench press. I want to grab the bar in the same place, roughly. I want the bar to touch me in the same place, roughly. And I do that by putting my body in a great position to receive and change direction. Okay? Good neutral grip. Again, I don't punch anyone like this. I don't draw my gun with my thumb on the same side as my fingers. I don't do pull-ups with that side because I'm going to be weaker, right? I want to grab the bar because when I do this and I make a fist, I change the pitch of my wrist. If I go around the bar and make a fist, I line my bones up, and it's called axial loading. Okay, we don't want to bench press like this. We want to bench press like this. So I'll grab the bar and I'll talk you through it here. Good stable foot position. I'm driving into the ground by contracting my glutes and forcing my hips out. Okay? My ribs are not up as much, right? Except for if we're doing the competitive side, that's a different conversation. I want a fairly neutral rib. I want to kind of melt into this bench the best I can. Okay? Like I said, I kind of just do the little zombie arms. That kind of gives me a starting point of where my hands might want to be. Okay? In this position here, once I unrack the weight, okay, I bring the bar out over where I want the bar to touch. Okay? Again, I don't want to be here and then descending the bar into an arc. I always say put the bar over the drop zone. And that's my intended area. So that gives me a constant reminder of where the bar needs to then go to. Okay? Wrists over elbows. Okay? The entire way. Touch, extend. Contracting my glutes, wrist over elbows. Bang. Wrist over elbows. Touch and go. Flexing my glutes the whole time, stabilizing my body. Again, because the only thing that's touching the ground is my feet, right? If my feet are in constant motion, I know that my hip is going to be moving, then I know my shoulder is not going to be stable. So I want quiet, stable, flexed legs down into the ground through my glutes. And that is a barbell bench press.